So guys, here we are in the butter dimension, and as you can tell, it looks freaking awesome. Yo, what is going on, Twistificates? My name is Damon and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. Today we're checking out the Butter Dimension mod. This mod adds in a brand new world and items all made out of gold, and Skydoesminecraft will definitely enjoy this new Butter Dimension. This is a pretty cool mod, guys, so if you can take 1 second to smack the like button, let's aim for 40 plus likes on this video. Also, just take 1 second to comment down below the next mod you want to see me review. Anyways, let's get started with the mod. So first things first, guys, I just want to mention that this mod is a work in progress mod. I actually broke the blocks of this tree here while I was punching, but anyways, to get to this dimension you'll need to use a lot of gold, or butter as Sky would call it, and you'd also need this new ore called the crystal ore, which is added to your overworld with this mod. So when you mine out the crystal ore, what you have to do with a diamond pickaxe in order to get the crystal, you basically get the crystal, and once you acquire the crystal you can do two things with this crystal. You can make a magic crystal, which you can get by using the following crafting recipe, which you could basically use tons of blocks of gold, place it around your crystal, and you get one of the magic crystals. They do light the fire, and they're the igniter for the actual portal. So in order to get to this dimension you'll need one of these magic crystals, which require tons of gold to acquire. So the next thing you can make is crystal blocks, and to make the crystal blocks you basically place 9 of your crystals into your crafting grid, and it's basically the same thing. You don't really do anything with the crystal blocks as of yet, so the only use for this would just be storage, but hopefully that'll be updated in the future. Like I mentioned, it's a work in progress mod. So guys, as I mentioned, the magic crystal is the igniter for a portal. So to make the portal you actually need to use some of your golden blocks, including the golden blocks you use to craft that magic crystal. So as you guys can tell, you need a lot of gold to get to this dimension, but once you get there you will be compensated because the entire world is made out of gold. So this is a basic portal. Currently the texture is missing for the portal block, which should be another style portal. At the moment a lot of the pigmen are kind of spawning from the portal. Let's go ahead and change it off of peaceful mode and show you guys how that works. Basically I had to put a fence around here because tons of those pigmen, as I said, was spawning out the portal, and it's definitely going to be an annoyance if you have this in your house or anywhere located next to some place that you don't want these pigmen spawning. But definitely you could use this as a farm for pigmen in the future. So let's go ahead and just suit up and put on some of our golden or butter armor here and enter our dimension. So as you can see, a pigman is spawned right there, but we have our golden armor on. Now we're going to grab our golden sword or our butter sword, and as you can see, they're spawning very frequently. There you go, there's 3 of the freaking pigmen already, and it hasn't even been that long. Alright, so let's just go into our portal, and there's our 4th one just spawned down. So as you can tell, the frequency for that is definitely quite large. Let's go ahead and turn off that rain. So guys, here we are in the butter dimension, and as you can tell, it looks freaking awesome with tons of butter around, including our yellow sky. Now one thing I want to mention is that the sky itself is non-existent because it does not give out a source of light, as well as there's no sources of light in this dimension itself. Now the reason you kind of can see everything in this area is because I placed glowstone all around in the ground, and I think it just goes well with the environment because glowstone of course is yellow, and with this texture pack it looks like this, so it's definitely pretty cool. And the texture pack I'm using is Lunacraft, if you guys wanted to know that. But anyways, if I go ahead and fly up, you can see that there's darker regions or darker edges of this kind of area that I'm in, mainly because that's where I placed all the glowstone. And yeah, so the reason I had to do that, like I mentioned, is because there's no light source, and as you can see I placed some of the glowstone below the water as well, so you guys can see the water itself. And the water is called actually golden syrup, and this is the new version of water for this dimension. You cannot acquire it with the buckets. The only way you can get this is by cheating, of course, and using the too many items menu or the not enough items menu to get that. But basically that doesn't really have any value or different effects in Minecraft. It's just a retextured water that's basically called the golden syrup. It looks kind of green to me, but it's supposed to be like a golden color. But anyways, it's pretty cool. As you guys can see, there's tons of gold around, like I mentioned, so you'll definitely be compensated for you know, spending a lot of gold to get to this dimension. As well as there's a new mob, as you guys noticed, called the Golden Warrior, and this guy, he basically has 20 HP, and he does do quite a lot of damage to you, about 1.5 hearts if you're wearing armor, diamond armor, and he does about 3 attack damage with his sword when you're not wearing any armor at all. So as you can see, he's carrying around a butter sword, and he's made out of totally butter, if that makes any sense. But anyways, this guy is a hostile mob, so if you go over to survival mode, they'll begin to chase us. Let's go ahead and do that. Game mode survival or 0. As you can see, I am now in game mode survival. He will slowly chase after me, considering that he's made out of pure solid gold. He does move quite slowly, but he does have the ability of killing me because I only have half a heart of health left. Let's go ahead and heal myself. Alright, so if we go ahead and stand next to him, I'm wearing my golden armor. You can see he does 1 heart of damage, of course, because I'm wearing armor. But if a ton of these guys do kind of gang up on me, I will definitely die because there's just a ton of them that are spawning in this dimension, because it's of course a dark dimension since there's no source of light, like I mentioned, but it definitely looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go back into creative mode and take a look at this water here. Like I mentioned, the water is golden syrup, but I think it looks pretty cool with the glowstone under it. I think they should definitely implement the glowstone kind of spawning in randomly with the environment, because that's just a very cool idea. Now, one thing to mention is that when you kill these golden warriors, they have a chance of dropping butter, as well as they have a rare chance of dropping the golden carrot. So this could definitely be a cool source of food, as well as a source or another source for gold or butter in this dimension. So it's a very work in progress mod at the moment, but it's definitely a very cool idea to have a complete new dimension made out of the golden blocks or the butter blocks. But I do not like the idea of not having any light source whatsoever, because it just makes it very hard to navigate. It spawns on tons of mobs, and it's just a huge downside for the mod itself. But I do like the whole concept in general. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that if you dig down, you actually don't have the chance or ability of finding any caves or ores. So this is basically a solid golden dimension, because there's only like these butter blocks around. Seriously, there's like nothing besides this. So definitely you'll have like tons and tons of butter once you get here. It's just ridiculous. So maybe in the future they can elaborate. The mod creator said he wanted to add more structures, as well as different items, tools, mobs, and such. Hopefully they'll be updating it in the future. This mod came out just recently. But one structure that they did mention they added to this dimension was the golden pyramid, which is much similar to the sand pyramid, which is found in normal Minecraft and the sand biomes, or the desert biomes, excuse me. And I haven't really seen any of those pyramids around. I explored quite a lot in order to find it to show you guys, but unfortunately I cannot find it. So this is basically a very flat, well, not flat, but a very basic terrain. There's no trees, there's no real structures in this dimension itself. It's a complete work in progress. But one thing I have noticed is that mushrooms do spawn across the biome, as well as of course tons of these mobs. But anyways guys, that basically wraps up today's mod spotlight. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Take 1 second to drop a like or a comment down below. If you guys want to check out more of our Minecraft mods, click on the videos on your screen right now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to become a Twistificate and see all my latest videos on your subscription feed. This was Team Twist, and I'll see you later.